Hello and welcome to Don't Feed the Geeks, presented by the Long Island Comic Guys, the masters of the geeky verse. Well, welcome back, Geek Freaks. There is a lot to talk about today. We're going to do a full DC fandom recap. We're also going to talk about some recent news, and we have a new guest today, our buddy Hudson. He's handling things on our DFTG Instagram side. We're going to call him the Don't Feed the Geeks Instagram manager. Let's give him a nice title. So let's welcome Hudson to the team.
Or
Hudson,
the kid.
thank you for joining us. Sure.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Nice.
Awesome.
Welcome, bud.
And as always with us is JJ.
What up, guys?
And Toy Story.
What's up, everybody?
And of course, I'm TC.
Yes.
How
about this new room that we're in? How's this look for whoever's watching on YouTube?
I like this better. You know, it's a little more clear and
A little pizzazz, you know.
Give it a little something.
Yeah.
Pizzazz. All right. Well, we're gonna give the geek beat over to Mr. Toy Story. Toy Story, you ready to take it away?
Oh, I'll take it away with the thing I added. So this was just announced today when we're recording this. So Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, which is Lego's most recent Star Wars game. It was going to have all the sequel movies in it. It was supposed to come out in October, but it's now been delayed to spring 2021. No month, no release date given, just spring. But they did show a new trailer today. It looks really cool. All the funny little Lego jokes. And it is going to be releasing for PS5 and the new Xbox, too.
Nice.
Because those will be out by then.
That's great that they're putting more and more on the PS5.
Yeah.
Is that why they're delaying it?
They didn't say why they are.
Probably.
Didn't say. Yeah, they just kind of did the whole drop a trailer and then there's a new date at the end, you know. So I'm really looking forward to it. But those games are so fun. They just get better and better.
I'm actually replaying Lego Batman 3 right now.
Yeah. It's amazing.
They've got good playability, those Lego games.
Yeah. I played them back when there was no voices in the original ones. It was just the grunts.
Nice.
I just used to play them when I was a kid, so
Yeah.
I guess, much younger.
Last week, right?
Mhm.
I'm not the youngest one on here.
You're not the youngest one anymore, but we can say you. We can say you. You played it like last month. He's last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. They're always good fun. Just have to wait a little longer. It's very upsetting. Next up, I don't know who added this, so whoever saw this, if they want to talk about it, there's going to be a new live-action Powerpuff Girls series for the CW.
Yeah, I added it. I just heard about it. I thought it was newsworthy. So the
awesome.
First thing I thought of when I put this in was the bearded men who were dressed as the Powerpuff Girls when we went to New York Comic Con that year.
Right.
And I was like, I know that's probably not the direction they're going to go in, but that would be amazing.
Did you guys ever watch that?
No, never. I didn't. I think I stopped watching Cartoon Network when they started doing original cartoons, and Powerpuff Girls was one of the first ones. That Johnny Bravo, I never got it.
That was totally my era growing up.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, all that stuff.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah, no, Powerpuff Girls was good, very good.
Yes, I remember Powerpuff
You do?
Girls. It was
It was just about the same era.
He watched them on the reruns.
Yeah.
I watched them live. He watched the reruns.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna be. Are they gonna do like young kids? Or gonna do like teens or like?
I think it's going to be weird. I don't know. I'm not that excited for that, but that's very interesting that they're even choosing to do that.
Okay.
They're just rebooting all these old cartoons.
Listen, whatever works. I keep saying it's whatever's hot.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that the Powerpuff Girls are specifically hot right now.
Well, no, but they appeal to the people who have money right now. It's the same thing with, the products, Pokemon and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I still play Pokemon. It's great. Anyway, next up, a little news from the Marvel world. So Marvel,
very little,
but interesting. They changed the name of the Eternals. It's not going to be the Eternals anymore, but Marvel's Eternals, dropping the "the" from the title. Which interesting. Why? you know?
Maybe because they wanted to say Marvel's the Eternals, and that didn't sound right, so they probably just said Marvel's Eternals.
Well,
It's not-
I
they
saw
do that a
something
lot
else
with the
that-
TV shows. They put like the little Marvels thing in front of it.
Yeah.
Marvel's Daredevil, Marvel's Jessica Jones. They don't really do that with the movies, though.
I
Mhm.
mean, they did the same thing with, Black Widow. It's just Black Widow. It's not the Black Widow. I think they're trying to keep it all in the same
Mhm.
type. I don't know. That was a little weird because it doesn't really matter.
It was.
It's probably for
I mean,
alphabetical reasons.
Okay.
that too.
Alphabetical reasons. I like that.
All right.
All right, and then next up, Netflix has confirmed that they're working on a live-action Resident Evil series. That sounds really cool. Did you guys play the games back in the day? The old ones?
I probably played the first 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
my
the
God.
last one I played was 5. I really enjoyed that one. That was on probably like PS3.
Yeah. They've done a bunch of remakes of the originals lately.
I don't like. I'm
I-
not
I-
into that. Yeah, I don't get into like remakes of old games.
You'd rather just play the old games.
Yeah, like unless I can play it like on a handheld. Like I think when like Game Boy Advance, like the flip one came out, I played Super Mario 3 like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I beat it now. But other than that, like if I can't travel with it, I don't really want to play.
Yeah, but that's the same game. It's not like a remake.
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
So,
Mhm.
no, but that should be interesting. So,
And they did a movie though. They've done 1 or 2 movies, Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, you know what? I forgot about that. It's with that girl Mila Jovanovic or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I never got into those.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Raccoon City.
Yeah, that I remember. The games are a lot of fun though. I remember like
yeah, they're
because
creepy.
it wasn't just like a zombie shooting them up. I remember at least in the beginning, it had like some strategy to it and like puzzle solving. So that was actually pretty cool.
Some of them were kind of scary, too,
Yeah, I mean they were scary too. But
for back in that day.
I mean, and I was at the age too where I'm playing like 1 o'clock in the morning. You're like, oh wait, what's that noise around me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I'm so bad. Horror movies I love. Horror games I try and do, and I get so scared, especially when playing at night. I don't know why. Because like it's like you're actually there instead of just watching something happening.
That's
But
hilarious.
I can't.
Have you ever
do it.
done like VR horror games at night?
No,
Those
no, no,
are-
no, no.
Those are freaky.
Have you ever played Outlast? Or heard of it?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
played it.
It took me like a year to get through that game. I'd only play like 20 minutes a night because it was too scary. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
So since we're talking about video games, did you guys want? I think most of us watched it at this point. High Score.
Oh,
yeah. I just
The
finished
Netflix doc?
episode 2 today.
All right. Well, we're gonna ruin the rest for you.
That's
so.
fine. I know the history. So
no, it's a really good 6 parts?
Yeah,
8
6
parts.
parts. No, 6. Yeah.
It was fantastic. I mean, that first episode drew you in, and then you had to keep watching the rest of the episode.
oh my god, with the Atari and everything. Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like as I was watching it, it was almost my exact like, except for like probably episode 1, episode 2 was my and like on was like my genre. Like it was the entirety of the time I was into video games. I mean, like I remember Nintendo, like Sega. Like it's funny because they talked about how Sega wanted to be cool and like make fun of Nintendo. And I remember like I got a Sega Genesis. So I was like, because at some point like Nintendo seemed like it was for like little kids, and they're like Nintendo's market was like 9 to 12-year-olds. And by the time I got a little older, I was like, oh, I want a Sega. I was like,
Yeah.
like I was on the Sega bandwagon until like it's PlayStation 2. Like I was still holding on. I went Sega Saturn. I went Sega Dreamcast, and like Dreamcast failed, and like that was it. I was like, all right, well now I gotta get a PlayStation. But it was cool to like reliving that, and that's what I was talking about. Like they know, like people making this stuff nowadays know who their target market is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it was cool. It was very well done. I mean, everything they put out, like it had a very Toys That Made Us vibe. It was really good. I like that it was all like the same thing though. Like Toys That Made Us jumped from like too many different things, and this stayed pretty fluid from like episode 1.
Yeah. Well, those were individual episodes. Toys That Made Us, right?
Yeah. It was based on different companies and stuff like that. Even though this one was different companies and stuff too, it was all part like it was all happening at the same time.
Mhm.
But they broke it up into genres of type of game. You had a fighting game. You had RPG, which was probably my favorite episode was the RPG.
Yeah,
I got that next.
I mean, that's why I'm playing Final Fantasy right now on my NES mini console.
I started off in episode 1. I mean, I remember being a little kid having an Atari 2600, with the fake wood panel, when that thing came out. I was, 4 or 5 years old, and my mom was obsessed with Pac-Man, obsessed with Pac-Man. And, the game that came out with the Atari 2600 was, Combat. It was just great memories to see all that.
Yeah,
love to relive some of that. That was fun.
It was cool. Anyone who hasn't seen it, definitely check it out. High Score on Netflix.
Yeah.
Especially if you're into video games. If you hate video games, then don't watch it. But watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Even just a documentary series, it's good. I love any documentary series, even if it's something I'm not into.
I mean, I love the competitive part of it, the people who are world champion. It was just
the
crazy.
Nintendo World Championship.
Yeah, the Nintendo World Champion, and the guy who's Sega.
Yeah. Do you guys know about that cartridge, the Nintendo World Champion cartridge?
Yeah.
I think I had heard when they were talking about it. I vaguely remember.
So the cartridge. It was for the contest. So it starts with Super Mario, and then it detects when you get 50 coins, and it moves on to whatever, and then moves on to Tetris, right?
What's it like $10,000 cartridge?
It's like $20,000. There's so little of them. Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's sorry.
20,000.
Crazy.
That's a lot.
I'm
There's
surprised,
only a few of those kids who made it to the end.
I'm surprised they didn't bring that guy Bill into this show. The one that's the Donkey Kong master.
Yeah, I was expecting.
That guy.
Too, yeah.
Bill Murphy or Bill Murphy. I don't remember. What his
I
name
can't remember what his name is. But yeah, that's another good one. King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters. It's another good documentary. We spoke about that before.
That's great.
All right, but we have a lot to cover today in terms of DC fandom. So if you haven't seen any of that stuff we mentioned, go look it up. But let's jump right into it. I think overall, I was definitely impressed by what DC brought to the table, which I was worried because DC's had me worried these last couple of years. But you guys want to jump right into it?
So let's back up here. So this was what, a week ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing another one, right?
In September.
Yeah, it's going to be a kids one, like a Teen Titans Go panel. They're doing a DC Superhero Girls season 2 panel.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a part 2 to this episode then.
Featuring mostly Hudson.
Dude, Hudson's up to date on everything.
Yeah,
cool.
Well, that's why we brought him in, man. We need help.
So where do you want to start this, from the very beginning?
Yeah, I think the first thing that dropped was the Wonder Woman 84 new trailer. You see Kristen Wiig going full cheetah in it. Looks pretty good. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is I just want to know what the heck happened to Steve Trevor. And I think we had this conversation before, is the second time I watched that movie, and I think I watched it at home on HBO or whatever it was, I noticed that when the plane explodes, you don't see him die. All you see is the plane explode. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, he's not dead. I don't know why. I was like, he's not dead. I know it.
But then they got to explain why he looks young again.
Well, that's all. That's the whole part of it. Bet you he's a freaking Green Lantern.
I think if you listen to the trailer, you can listen to Maxwell Lord say he can bring everyone's greatest wishes or something like that. So I think Diana's greatest wish is for Steve Trevor to be there, and so there's he's manipulating her so that she sees him, and so that they can, I don't know, do superhero stuff together.
So you think he's not even really there?
Yeah, I think he's kind of just like a mirage or something.
That's a nice perspective.
Interesting. Huh. Okay.
So when's this supposed to come out? November?
October 2nd.
Yeah.
October 2nd.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
So
as of right now.
Okay. No plans for video on demand or anything on streaming services or anything.
Yeah, that's a cool scene.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So I'm a little curious to see how they bring her in as Cheetah, because they didn't really show any how that how 1 minute, one scene she's like this, and the next scene,
It's her growling, right?
it's up. We're gonna back up. There we go. So like something like that. Like that it's just crazy to me.
Well, that definitely seemed like it had like Maxwell Lord's like touch on it, because he's like oh, like why stop here? Like it seemed like he was like pushing her to do more in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, in the comics, I'm pretty sure doesn't she get cursed by some
She steals
mystical
something.
god?
Yeah, something like that.
So like you see her in her whatever like clothes before with Wonder Woman having her lassoed, and like I know they were friends before, so is Maxwell Lord manipulating her? Are they gonna like be friends at the end of the movie?
It's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find a shot of this picture, because I want to see a clear shot of what it looks like.
Looks like she's wearing onesie cheetah pajamas.
It's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's not her either. That looks like a stunt double.
Or digital.
Yeah.
It's just there is something off on this, but I was trying to find a picture of what she actually looked like.
Reminds me of cats.
But there isn't, right? Oh jeez. Those outfits from that movie. Without the buttholes.
Oh my god.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
So again, theaters only, right? For now? As of right now?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. What is that? You said October 2nd.
Yeah, it's in like a month.
As of right now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're done with it though, right?
Yeah.
It was ready to go, I think.
I think it was supposed to come out in July.
Yeah, it was like June, July, sometime like that. And then delays, and it was supposed to come out August 14th, and then now it's October 2nd. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get into the first video game we'll be discussing tonight. The first one that they premiered during the show. I don't even know. Like, was it a show? Like, do you think they'll do this again? Like, if there's a convention going on, I don't see them doing it again.
I don't think so, unless like San Diego and New York is canceled again.
Yeah.
Then maybe they'll do it, but I don't know if they'll be.
This news would have just been announced there. Probably this was probably all planned to come out at San Diego.
Yeah,
100%.
So what are we talking about? Which game?
Let's get into Gotham Knights.
Oh, geez, this is stupid. There we go.
Can't wait to play as Batgirl.
I'm looking forward to this game.
It looks
sick.
It does, and it looks like it's going to be fun to play as everyone.
Yeah.
Is it by the same people as Arkham?
It is.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's the same people who made the one of the offshoot Batman games. So it's
Origins.
Yes,
because Origins wasn't the same people, the same studios as the original.
No, I think it's that one. I think it's like Warner Brothers Canada or something like that.
It's not Rocksteady still?
No, Rocksteady's making the other game. Okay. I don't believe Rocksteady's making this one.
Okay, because it's set in the same universe as.
Yeah, no, it is. It's so like even the Origins game is supposed to be part of this universe. I just don't think it's the same exact people making it. I could be wrong about that, but I'm confident that that's what I heard. Mm-hmm. But
there we go. There's our crew.
I'm getting a little fatigued of Gotham City. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping for a Superman game announcement because there's been rumblings of that happening. But sticking with Gotham, but I guess they're too afraid to try something other than Batman.
It's tried and true.
Oh yeah, but how many times are you going to do it?
Well, after this, they'll have nothing left to do in Batman.
Yeah.
So
I also don't think
they literally were like, okay, we did 4 Batman games. Now what do we do? Let's do
Batman Returns.
Batman. You know?
Yeah, I think at the end he's going to pop back and he's still alive.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I mean, I'm still going to buy it and play it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I feel like that's not very safe. Like that helmet that Batgirl's wearing, it looks like she get clocked in the back of the head. Look at that. Hey, that's all open space that she can get attacked in. Mm-hmm. That helmet's not covering enough ground.
Now this is probably the most exciting part of the whole game. I'm not going to.
You love the Court of Owls.
Yeah.
Anything with Court of Owls. Why even have Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze in this thing?
Because we haven't seen Court of Owls in like a movie, video game, anything yet.
Yeah, they haven't been
That's
incorporated
true.
outside of a comic book.
I love that story.
What a
I've read that story
story
It was really good.
when this part came out, I was, and this was at the tail end of the trailer, and I exploded. I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, all right, Mr. Freeze, all right, you can beat him up, and what other enemies they're gonna have, and then this showed up,
Yeah. So not only is it somebody with the mask, but then you see Talon's face, in this like bright screen. I'm saying it also, guys, so in case anybody's just listening to the podcast.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Anyone who doesn't know who Talon is, I mean, definitely go look him up. He was a very cool character, part of that whole run that Scott Snyder had, early Batman New 52. I mean, that and probably the Joker, Death in the Family stuff was like incredible stuff in Batman New 52.
Yeah,
but especially Talon.
Yeah,
I'm shocked there hasn't been any more Court of Owls play in any of these. I mean, I think, and then it died, and then I don't think it got the respect.
No, they've used it again.
It's come back a couple of times.
Yeah,
it's in Metal. It came back in Metal.
Oh, see, I didn't read any of that.
Yeah,
that's why we have Hudson here.
Okay.
I saw it was also a part of like the Robin War too. It was all like tied to that, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this,
so I think they're trying not to play it out like they've done with everything else.
Yeah.
I wish
like
they
not.
Very cool.
It is.
All right, what do we got next?
Oh, just to be clear, what systems are those available?
Oh, that's gonna be. They're actually gonna launch it on PS4, but they're also gonna launch it on PS5. So
yeah,
you don't even have to get the PS5 to play this darn thing, which is great. And then it's gonna be on the Xbox, and the PC.
Nice.
But I can only imagine what this thing's gonna look like on a PS5 with whatever specs, with the specs that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be sick.
Are you gonna get it when it comes out?
Oh yeah.
What about the Xbox? Are you going to get the Xbox?
No.
The Xbox X, the Xbox Series X.
I'm an Xbox guy, so I'll get that.
No, they release Halo on PC now, so I don't need an Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox 360 was the last thing I bought.
Dude, I played the Xbox 360 so much.
And I had the Elite
so much fun.
with that 500 gig hard drive.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It's great, but yeah, PlayStation fan for life. I mean, they just make incredible games.
Yeah.
All right, so this is probably the most exciting thing that I had, I think I heard most of this before. It wasn't really touched on in Fandom, but during the Flash panel, they gave you a little, hint into like what he was going to look like, and different stuff like that. It's a 2022 release, but again, not specifically said at the panel. But we have Affleck and Keaton returning, and the guy who spoke during the panel said that Keaton is not going to have a cameo. He's going to have like a pretty involved role. I mean, that, for a Batman 89 fan who saw, Batman 89, probably one of the first or second movies I've ever seen in the movie theater, like incredible to hear like him finally coming back and being Batman. And apparently they're both going to be Batman. So we're going to see some, multiverse action happening right off the bat. And I think that's why there's a whole multiverse panel. They're basically explaining how they're going to explain it to us. I'm hoping this is the movie that fixes the entire DC, entertainment universe. Because
this is what gets rid of Batfleck and replaces Patterson, and gets rid of all the bad Justice League and Suicide Squad.
Can you imagine if Adam West was alive?
I don't. They still wouldn't do it.
You don't think so?
No, I know they wouldn't. He would have been.
I feel like
he would have been on the CW thing for sure, but
he would have been CW. But I feel like Barry may have been like running through the Speed Force, and like if you paid close enough attention, you may have seen like the stupid costume that he always wears, and like him and Robin dancing around, like a little cameo.
Yeah.
But
One would hope.
I mean, it's all we got. All we have is hope. Isn't that a song?
So during this flashback, I mean, so did they go into any detail on anything else about the movie, or
So it's supposed to be, released in 2022. I don't think they started filming or anything like that. If you look to see what the guy Ezra Miller looked like, he looked like he was maybe trying out for a role as Jesus, because he has this very long hair, big beard,
and the beard.
I was like, I'm not sure what's going on here, but he doesn't look like a Flash right now. But I think it's in the early stages. I think they have a good script, though. It seems like they have the script's finalized. I think it's just, they're waiting for all this to kind of, clear up so they can start, getting work done. But
Yes.
I'm excited. It's I'm hoping, I'm pinning all my hopes is this is what's going to save them. I hope I'm not reaching too far, overreaching.
Hopefully.
you just ruined it all. you
Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Flashpoint. I mean, I love that whole entire series.
Mm-hmm. It is a good story, and I don't think this is going to be the last, in my opinion, last Batman we're going to hear appearing.
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very confident we're going to hear a Jeffrey Dean Morgan appearance as Thomas Wayne Batman's going to happen too, and that's I could be wrong, but I would be willing to put a little bit of money on that, a little scratch,
Yeah.
I mean, he did Top Gun. What about Val Kilmer?
No. Not with what Val Kilmer looks like. Definitely not George Clooney. He's never doing it again. But yeah, I can see Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I don't know if anyone else. It may be just a new one altogether. And I wouldn't even be surprised if Pattinson shows up in this thing either.
Yeah, like they already have him in the suit. They can do some good editing, and if they can't film him in it, they can probably edit him in somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're going to definitely talk about that. That's
oh yes, we will.
That's going to be our home run at the end, so we'll get to that too.
And you got to figure they did the same thing with Suicide Squad, bringing Affleck into that. Just
he was in that for a little, right?
Like almost all of the Justice League was in that too. Like Flash was in that, taking down Captain Boomerang.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Good call.
Wow. Hey, that's what I got you.
All right, so since we already talked about Suicide Squad, do you guys want to talk about the sequel that's coming up? Did they give a name for it yet, or is it just Suicide Squad 2 right now? Did I miss it?
I think it's just going to be the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're going the opposite of what Marvel doing.
They're taking the does. I mean, it wasn't really a preview. It was probably more of a preview actually than a trailer, but I mean, it was. I mean, so we're looking at the poster right now. It looks like a cool, Alex Ross almost esque looking
nice poster.
Yeah. From the Fandome, it's got all the different characters. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I love Idris Elba. Idris Elba can do anything. Like, he's such a fantastic actor. I mean, I would have preferred he was Deadshot from the get-go. I think he was supposed to be. Wasn't he supposed to be Deadshot? He was, right?
I think he was, but I think he was, but I don't know why Deadshot's not going to be in it. They have Harley, they have King Shark, they have like some of the mainstream like Suicide Squad members, but no Deadshot.
You want to hear my conspiracy theory answer?
I'd love to hear yours.
I think Will Smith and Margot Robbie had an affair, and he's not allowed to be in any more movies. That's my conspiracy theory.
Wow.
Answer.
Should we have liability on that we cannot confirm?
We cannot confirm or deny.
I have no backups supporting that, but hey, that's what I think. Yeah, but I mean, it looks incredible. James Gunn seems super excited for. I mean, James Gunn's
so into it.
Yeah, you can tell from like his energy, and more than anybody else, he just had such a great energy for it. Just like, I mean, I don't know how this translates, but I got like a good feeling from like the way he was talking about the movie.
Yeah.
And we got unfortunately, I don't have a lot of pictures on this. I couldn't get too many pictures.
No, that's fine. It's a good one though.
But it's got a pretty damn good cast. I mean,
Margot Robbie's back, Joel Kinnaman's back, Viola Davis is back, who absolutely rocked Amanda Waller.
Absolutely.
Jay Courtney again rocked Captain Boomerang. I've been a big fan of him since he was in Spartacus. He was awesome. I already spoke about Idris Elba. John Cena, that's pretty hilarious that they got.
That's gonna be funny.
Did you see him in the interview? It was so funny.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to have been there when they try to get him to get in the movie. Like, hey, we want you to be in this. Like what?
Oh, I'm sure he said absolutely. For a while I really thought they were gonna go with him as like the beefy version of Shazam, but they wound up going with the other guy because if it was him versus The Rock, how awesome would that have been in like an actual movie?
That would have been very cool.
Just the fight part. I mean, the acting part is a little. I don't know if John Cena is up to the Dwayne The Rock Johnson, category. But and then Peter Capaldi, he's a Doctor Who, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
like, that's a big name. He's never done anything like this before, right?
He's much older too.
Yeah,
like he's like Obi-Wan of age. I would think
Oh, wow.
He's an older guy.
That's crazy. And then Javelin, I'm not sure who Flula Borg is. I don't think I've seen any of his stuff, but James Gunn seems to love him. Like when they were doing like that thing, he's like, this guy is hilarious. Like he's basically saying he's like a scene stealer. A scene stealer, sorry.
Scene stealer.
Sorry about that. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck could chuck wood. All right.
You got that out.
And then I'm not sure. I think she's fairly new. Daniela Melchior is Ratcatcher 2. They made it important that she's Ratcatcher 2, so that tells me there's probably a Ratcatcher 1 that doesn't last very long in this movie.
That's funny.
And everybody definitely loves Rooker. Like Michael Rooker and those things, everyone was like, he didn't even know he was. He's like, what are we doing here? I was like. Maybe.
I think James Gunn just has him on automatic.
They're boys.
He's
yeah. Every 5 minutes he was like, poking at him. It was great.
Yeah.
And then this guy, I don't want to butcher his name, David Dasmalchian. I think I might have gotten that right. Probably. He's been in a lot. He was in, I'm pretty sure, The Dark Knight. He was also in Gotham. If I'm thinking of the right guy, the Polka Dot Man, which is amazing that they're using Polka Dot Man, by the way.
Well, he's from Saturday Night Live.
He is?
Yeah. If I'm thinking of the right guy.
I don't know if you are.
I think you're thinking of Pete Davidson.
Yes, that's who you're thinking of.
Oh, we haven't gotten here. Okay, that guy.
David Dasmalchian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and he looks extremely familiar.
Yeah, you see, he's the guy who they grab at in the Dark
Knight. Yeah,
the one like they torture, who Dent's like trying to torture.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. He was the cop.
Yep.
Yes. Well, I like him.
And then but Polka Dot Man, like even I think it was Jim Lee who was like, he was coming. James Gunn was coming with us about like all these characters. Like, can I use Polka Dot Man? And he's like, really? He goes, yeah, absolutely. You can use Polka Dot Man. And it's just Mei Ling Ning. She's playing Mongol. I'm not really sure who she is. I'm sure people out there do. So you can yell at me.
She was in Wonder Woman. I know that.
90% of these characters are new to me, so news to me. So we'll see.
they were new to me as well,
but not the next one. I love this guy, Nathan Fillion. I love him.
I think he's overrated.
Oh, jeez.
I know he's another one who like James Gunn loves too.
Oh, he was in Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
I love this guy. This guy was Castle. I mean, he actually was in those. He was in if you ever watch those Percy movies, he was
Percy Jackson.
Yeah, he was Hermes. I like this guy. He's
Firefly.
I like him. Very
good.
I don't know who TDK is, but I don't care.
The Dark Knight.
Oh, that's funny.
That's what I thought.
Could you imagine he just comes out as Batman? It's like, guys, we got another one.
And he was on. I mean, he starred in Firefly. If you've ever seen Firefly, which is fantastic. I mean, that was made for him. No. Okay. I'm gonna shut up now.
I never seen Firefly actually.
I've heard it's good. I just don't like him. So who's this next person who wants to do the names now?
Alicia Braga.
And who is she playing?
She is playing Solsoria.
All right. I don't know who that is either. So a lot of new characters.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know a single one of these. She's Brazilian.
I mean,
She was
Go
in
ahead.
I Am Legend. That's the only movie I recognize that she was in.
Oh, then I do know who she is. Yeah,
Yeah, she was the girl at the towards the later half of the movie.
the one who wasn't dead.
Yes, correct. The other character besides Will Smith.
What were you saying, Hudson?
I just think like they took all of these random characters because half the team is definitely just gonna die.
Oh yeah,
I think that within the first like 15 minutes, I think they're all going to get wiped
Yeah.
out, just like it happened in Suicide Squad 1. Like the
Yeah,
first,
he's probably
Yeah.
doing that on purpose.
yeah.
I forget the guy's name, but that guy that can like crawl on walls. He was just like he tried to get away like right as they got into wherever they were going in the original movie, and just bam.
I think it was
He
like tripwire or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that.
it was the collar, the implant. They blew him up.
Hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
now that was guy Pete Davidson. That's the
Pete
guy.
Davidson.
Yes.
He didn't
Yeah.
seem interested in being there at all.
Yeah, he seemed like he got paid a lot of money to be there, and like that was it. Like he was just there for the money.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be one of the early exits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hope the next guy isn't though, because I enjoy him too. Sean Gunn.
Mhm.
So is he playing an actual weasel, or is the character's name Weasel?
I hope it's the former.
Maybe he's like a pet for someone, a talking pet.
Yeah.
And he's another one that he's in every single James Gunn movie.
That's
Like,
weird. I don't get why.
Well,
James Gunn's got a lot of
they're
friends.
brothers.
That's sarcasm, Jim.
Oh, I know that. Oh, yeah. But again, he's in every single movie also, along with Rourke.
Hmm.
And then King Shark seems like he's like, it's the year of the King Shark. I mean, he's a big
Yeah.
feature in the game. I think he's going to probably be a Steen Sealer too. At least I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like how they're doing it. In the original Suicide Squad movie, they did Killer Croc, and he was just like, he was the size of a normal like person when he
Yeah.
should have been like huge. And I like how King Shark's gonna be bigger than
Yeah,
everyone else.
I think they're trying to fix a lot of mistakes that first one made. Mainly,
Yeah.
bringing on James Gunn. So I found out today, and this is totally off topic, that James Gunn was married to like the chick from The Office, Pam, for like 8 years. I didn't know that.
For like
Yeah,
she's
I
the-
didn't- I
What?
didn't know that till like a couple weeks ago.
for
Yeah,
8
and
years, did you say?
Yeah, and apparently, like Rainn Wilson, the guy who played Dwight, he got that super movie, like that movie where he was like that like crappy superhero from because of her. I
Oh,
don't know if anyone's seen that movie, Super. It's worth watching. It's more of an adult movie. I don't know if you're old enough to watch it.
I thought you were gonna say that.
I think I've seen it before.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
weird. All
I
right.
feel
we
like
don't
I
need
have.
to. We don't need to go into these other people. I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
recognize it. It's fine. I'm excited. It's gonna be cool.
No, I think the movie's going to be great. I think there's no possible way it can be worse than the last one.
No,
I think.
when he works on something that he loves,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's good. Both Guardians movies were incredible. I'm not concerned even in the slightest.
Nope. Same. I
Yeah.
feel the same way.
Honestly, I was kind of when he first got fired from Marvel, I was like, oh, I hope DC scoops him up and does make him do something.
That was probably one of the smartest things DC has
Yeah.
done. in the
I'll
last-
bet you the same day they called him.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Come on.
Mhm.
All right. So next up that we're going to touch upon is the return of Milestone Comics. It's coming back in February with a Static Shock digital first series. So I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know much about Milestone Comics. I think you were kind of aware of what was going on with this, right, Hudson? Do you have?
Yes, I was.
Please, because I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I don't know everything. I didn't read. I
What
think
do
I
you mean
read
you
like
don't know
one.
everything?
I read like
Fired.
one Static Shock issue, but so Milestone's returning. Static Shock's getting his own digital first series in February. So it looks like DC is putting some of their smaller books that could possibly do well on their digital first. What's going to be DC Universe, and I think I forget his name, but he's the guy. He wears like the red kind of like headband, and he's supposed to have a cameo in it or something. So, I mean,
they were talking about it. I can't remember who they said he was though.
Yeah,
it's cool. The book's been super hot right now. I know from like seeing it all over the internet. Everyone's looking for a copy of Static #1.
Yeah.
I definitely like the original look better, but I mean that's always my thing. I'm always oh, so it's hardware.
That's it.
Hardware.
Yeah.
So hardware, Icon, Blood Syndicate. Those were like the big books from Milestone, right?
Yep.
So this company, Milestone, and I didn't know anything about this. I'll be honest. I've heard of Static, but they were like founded in '93. It was a coalition of African American artists and writers, and it consisted of Dwayne McDuffie, Denz Cowan, Michael Davis, and Derek T. Dingle. That's pretty awesome. Like back then that they were able to do this, and it's so cool. Like I don't know if you guys were watching, like when Jim Lee was talking about him, they were like, "Yeah, you guys were all in like suits and everything, and we were the Image guys coming in, and we had T-shirts and jeans." And he's like, "Yeah, we had to look better than you guys. You guys were all like the cool kids, and like you were mostly white." And Jim Lee's like, "What do you mean white?" I was like, "I'm not a white guy." Most of them are white. He goes, "All right." It's like that. It's like that was pretty funny, but yeah, no. They have the art on these are really amazing. Like the hardware one, I think like the same guy did a lot of them, and I think it was McDuffie who did a lot of the art on these, and they were just awesome covers.
That's very cool.
Curious to see what comes out of it, and I think more than likely we'll be seeing. I'm thinking Static's their most popular character, right?
Definitely.
I would be betting he's the first to make the live action jump too.
Well, they've already talked about that. I think I saw something today about it's already being talked about, and they even got some guy already.
They said during the panel, they did say that there were talks about a Static Shock live action movie or TV show. I think movie, but so I mean he's had his own animated show, so it's time to move on.
I remember watching that. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I think because of that show, people really like him and are happy that he's coming back.
I mean, this is what I found today. This was an image that this kid
from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Is he even old enough now? I still feel like he's like 11 years old. I guess he's probably like 22 now. I don't even know.
Yeah, this was I saw this today. I read an article today that they're already in talks with the movie, and this kid is being considered for the role.
Wow, that'd be a good pick. All right. Well, I think for our next topic, I can take a break, so you guys can talk about this all you want.
Snyder Cut. You strategically planned that, so you don't have to.
I'm actually really excited.
Dude, I'm so excited for this.
Oh my God,
I've watched the trailer. I've watched the trailer probably 2 or 3 times already, even just today, and it looks so much better than the first one.
I think I'm in the minority that enjoys that movie. Did you guys?
I also enjoyed that movie.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
Okay. All right. So I'm really excited to see this.
Okay. A little leggy. But this, watching the trailer after you've seen the movie. I mean, I've seen it a few times. It looks like a completely different movie. Like
it does.
I was a little shocked because, the parts that they did show were not in the movie at all, and I can only pick out a very, very small selected few of images that you saw in the movie. So I'm hoping we didn't see everything in the trailer. I think
Dude, it's double the amount of time as the original movie.
Yeah, it's a whole other movie.
Yeah.
4 hours.
4 hours. They're gonna do it. You can either watch it as one thing or like 4 1-hour episodes.
Yeah. I mean, 4 hours is a long time. I don't know if I'll be able to sit through that.
I
mean, I watched Hateful Eight that way, 4 1-hour episodes.
It was good, and you're picking out like one of the characters that stood out to me was Ezra, as Flash, and he had looks like he's gonna have a lot more screen time in this one.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe an actual Justice League movie.
He was probably the only character I hated in the movie. Like his personality, he doesn't fit the Flash personality to me. I mean, but
Yeah.
you take the Flash from the TV show, like I love that guy. I don't even know what his name is. You know, I
Grant
like
Gustin.
him. I wish we had a Flash like him in this movie. But then
Yeah,
seeing
like-
the guy Ezra in the trailer for this new one, like I said, I'm hoping that it's as good as what the trailer is, because I actually liked seeing him in this. It looked like he wasn't a complete idiot.
So on
Yeah,
the Flash,
and,
sorry. No,
you
I was just
go.
gonna say, the Flash thing. I do have a comment on that. So I think I do like the Flash guy on TV. I don't think he's as like quirky. Like he's supposed to be funny. He's supposed to be. I think the actual Flash should be probably somewhere in the middle of where that guy is and where Ezra Miller is. And like he's almost like a Daredevil, like maybe like a PG or a PG-13 type of Daredevil, Deadpool character. Sorry.
Yeah, like they have their jokes, but there's also a lot of seriousness to the show, and I think that's just the show in general.
Yeah, I don't think
like
Barry's like on the show. I don't think he's enough of like that like silly character. He's always like he's too Batmanish. I feel like every character on that show like trying to be Batman, like very brooding all the time.
Like in the comics, like Barry's always cracking jokes, but like he's also serious when he needs to be. And
he's
then
sorry to cut you off. He's probably the perfect comparison. It's probably like Spider-Man. Like he's very like.
I was gonna say Spider-Man. And then, but like Ezra, I felt like was like too jokey. Like he just kept on making jokes, and like he sounded like a 12-year-old. Just kept on making jokes and like wouldn't be serious when the whole world's about to end. So.
He's like, I'm just really happy to be here.
All right, it looks great. I
mean, I'm gonna watch it. It's just
you're gonna have to.
I knew this was gonna be released since. Well, first of all, people weren't sure it actually existed at first, but then I remember Zack Snyder tweeted a picture of the giant movie reels, like 6 of them in a row, and it said like Zack Snyder cut on it. Yeah, and everybody was like, "All right, it's coming, it's got to come now."
Yeah, I just like, what is it going to change? Like, is it going to change anything going forward? If not, then why? Like, just because
it's a better movie. I mean,
that's the only concerning part of this whole thing is, okay, you tacked on another 2 hours to this movie. We've already seen it. It's been shown everywhere. People's watched it multiple times. We know the outcome. We know the start, beginning.
Unless it's completely different, we don't know.
And that's just it. Like what
Whedon changed a lot from what I understood.
Yeah, he did.
He came in post-production and did massive reshoots and rewritings. He wasn't credited for any of it, but
yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why the movie was not as good as it could have been, because they did all these reshoots and stuff, and in the end they couldn't edit it all well enough. Like
because you have
mustache. Like
I forgot about that.
The lip.
Yeah, it was so weird. But yeah, you have two different directors and writers, two completely different styles and tones, and you push them all together, and what happens?
40% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And then what does this do for the other movies? So, is this like the Flash movie coming out, or even the Wonder Woman? I mean, is there? I know 84 is different than this one, because this 84 takes place before Justice League. But are they going to have to make changes in the Flash movie because based off the Schneider? I mean, what are they? You got to wonder what they're going to go. What direction?
I'm sure if they would, they've already seen it. I mean, if it's out there, like those guys know what's happening. But I don't think so. I'm
also sure Warner Brothers knows they wouldn't have approved this unless they had a plan.
I don't think Warner Brothers thinks enough steps ahead to think that they
don't think so?
base anything on it. Does it look like they have so far?
I don't know if they are now.
But. I mean, maybe like if they are, that's great. But I don't expect anything changing. And let them prove to me that they're taking this seriously, and then I'll expect something from them.
Oh, let's hope the best. HBO Max sometime this year.
Next 2021.
Next year, 2021.
Yeah.
What's that?
So we spent too much time talking about this. Let's move on. All right, this is something actually good. So let's talk about this one. Black Adam.
Bam.
Yes.
So that was the picture that dropped like a year ago.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, that was from Jim Lee, and what the heck is the other guy's name that does it with him? Hudson, help me out. Do you know the other guy's name?
Who?
I do not.
Starts with a B.
Who?
Starts with a B.
Starts with a B.
That does what with Jim Lee?
The colors, I think.
Yeah, like he does a lot of this stuff on the internet. No one knows.
I'm going with this image because really it's the only thing I found.
Boss Logic.
Boss Logic. Yeah.
Yeah, so this
yeah.
is, yeah, so this is it. We're looking at the Shazam picture from of Boss Logic and Jim Lee that they did a while back. But for those of you who didn't catch what was said, they kind of did like a quick mini movie of like all the characters, at least the ones that are announcing so far. JSA is confirmed, so we have Dr. Fate, who wasn't previously announced. We have Cyclone. We have Atom Smasher, and the one I'm most excited about is Hawkman. I can't wait to see a live action version.
That's probably the most like I can only visualize what it's going to look like, and I know it's going to be much better than what I'm visualizing because it's just
he just has such a great look.
Oh
yeah. But also, are they going to do Savage Hawkman, or are they going to do like Golden Age, like chill Hawkman?
Ooh, I'm thinking
that's my big question.
Golden Age. I think all this is probably going to be in the Golden Age. I'm curious. I can't wait to find out like what time period we're doing. And I mean, I think I'm probably in the minority, but I love like time period pieces. Like my favorite Marvel movie is I love Captain America. Like one of my favorites is the Captain America one. I love like the World War II, like time periods and stuff like that. I hope they do. Even like that's why I enjoyed Wonder Woman, like World War One. It was just I hope they do something along those lines. So we're looking at like the 30s to 40s, so maybe like World War II era.
It would be nice because they can't get a Hawkman that's bigger than The Rock, right? They can't show up.
I mean,
that's true.
they'd have to get John Cena at that point to at least get someone close. I mean, there's guys out there. You know what they could do? They can go and get the Mountain from Game of Thrones, put him in the Hawkman costume.
That's a little too big.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be awesome though. But yeah, so December 22nd, 2021. Is that the date?
That is the date. That's what's being listed right now.
That's awesome. So, funny enough, the only other actor that was listed is this guy Noah Centineo. So this guy is also supposed to be playing He-Man, by the way, in this Masters of the Universe movie that's up in the air. He's still the only person listed as a cast member. So
really,
yeah, I don't know. So the good news is he's working out.
And
working out for one of these movies.
And The Rock is helping him, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Working together, working out.
I mean, getting on The Rock's radar, especially in the acting world, that's a huge thing for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, I'm sure it's going to be a good movie. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably the one I'm most excited for, behind like The Flash. I mean, Michael, you're not going to top Michael Keaton as Batman for me. Nothing DC's going to do, but this is probably the second biggest thing I'm excited for.
Cool. Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Moving on.
What else we got?
Keep it rolling.
I know nothing about Titans, so someone else talk about this.
Titans. Wow.
You want to take this one away?
I mean, I didn't watch Titans. I have really no plans to watch Titans until I guess Justice League comes out on HBO Max, and then if it's on there, I'll try it. But Jason Todd is going to be Red Hood, which is super cool. He's not dead now, so
Ooh, look at this.
What does that mean?
No, so these are the characters that are in it now. So you got Raven and Hawk and Dove, which are probably my two favorite characters in the whole thing. Nightwing.
Mm-hmm. Superboy.
I don't know why Deathstroke's on here, but wow, that's interesting.
This is the one from last season.
He was the villain of season 2. Yep. I know that.
Yeah, but we got Barbara Gordon and Scarecrow joining too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Commissioner Barbara Gordon. So
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah, so I watched the first two. So this is moving to HBO Max. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Because
All
I canceled the DC.
yeah, all DC Universe shows going to HBO Max, I think, besides Stargirl.
This is great. I have
I think
HBO
so.
Max for
And
free
Swamp
with
Thing,
Fios.
Yeah.
Well, Swamp Thing was already canceled, but that's going to CW, right?
Yep. That's our fall show until 2021.
That seems dark
Yeah,
for
well-
CW. I'm surprised about that. That's besides the point, though.
I think
I
it's
don't
just a fill-in.
It really wasn't that dark though. When you think about it, like yeah, it was dark, but it didn't like push. It's probably like on lines with like, and again, I never watched it, but like Supernatural, it's probably gonna take like that the place of like that show because that was like a dark, like kind of edgy show.
Mhm.
At least it was supposed to be.
Well, they're coming out at the same time. Yeah, it was announced. I forget when that Supernatural is a 2020 release instead of 2021.
Wait, I thought Supernatural was over.
No, final season.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
It was supposed to be
I
like
don't
final
watch
season
it.
in season
You
13.
can tell, yeah.
I don't watch it either.
But isn't one of the guys? He was cast in something too. Just Eccles, wasn't he? Just didn't he just take on a role for something? Oh God! All right, you guys keep talking about it. The next subject.
We're
I'll
so
look it up.
off track on this. Let's go back to Titans.
Yeah.
I think that's it. There's really nothing else to say about it. Let's move on to the next one.
Oh, moving on. Roger that. All right. So what's next on our list here?
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
That game looks amazing.
Another Arkham Universe game.
Yes, and this one is by Rocksteady.
It is, okay.
hmm
So we got Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang. And it's set for a 2022 release for PS5, Xbox, and PC.
It is a super interesting cast that they chose, by the way. I was just like, okay.
Harley looks interesting.
She does. Not Deadshot. Captain Boomerang looks interesting with the pink on his arm.
Agreed.
I love
not
it.
sure.
But,
God.
Okay.
Captain Boomerang does have speed powers in the trailer, though, if you look. So I think that confirms Flash. We know Superman, and then I guess probably Wonder Woman, and then we'll see who else.
She looks like Leia with those buns.
Yeah. I was thinking the same
Yeah.
thing. Wait, which buns?
Well, the one bun.
You guys didn't get it.
I got you. What you're saying. You were not the ones down below here, but this one here. So we got
I
to.
mean, it looks like an awesome game. I'm getting the impression. Did they say officially that the enemy is Starro? Because like the
Well,
whole.
it looks
Justice League-
It looks like Brainiac. If you look in the background, that's his ship.
It's
Oh,
Brainiac.
is that what it is? Oh,
And
I
then
thought it
there's-
might have been Starro.
Somebody said that that slowed down the video and took screenshots of the game, that they saw a little star, the little what are they called? The
Stars.
little, yeah, they were placed like somebody was holding one was on a face somewhere. I saw a few images that people took screenshots of. They were so blurry and grainy, you couldn't really tell from there. From there,
And
By the
maybe
way-
in Starro and Brainiac teamed up.
it's
to
supposed
do-
to be Brainiac, and I guess from what I understand, isn't it like Superman is supposed to be possessed or something happened?
I mean, he's the only one that was shown, but I'm assuming it's got to be everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not the Justice League. It doesn't mean it's just Superman. So I would say you're getting probably the Flash. You're going to get Batman. I mean, everyone who you're going to have like a balance of like which characters are there. Like Deadshot and Harley are both kind of Batman characters. I mean, who's gonna fight Aquaman? Probably King Shark.
Flash and Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, Wonder Woman
But-
maybe too.
Yeah. But what doesn't make sense is the Justice League is usually a 7-person team, and there's only 4 Suicide Squad members here.
Suicide
3
Squid.
of them Suicide Squid members, and 2 of them don't have powers. So
Yeah.
can they really kill the Justice League?
Well, I think there's supposed to be enhancements. I did think it was weird that they only went with 4. I was like, I feel like 6 would have been like a good number of characters to use, but I was like 4 seems like it's cool. I would have liked 2 more.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, it looks like an awesome game. Again, even the Gotham one is like, I wanted a Superman game. I'm gonna buy that one. I'm gonna buy this one.
You
I
think
have
you'll
a
ever get
feeling.
your Superman game?
What's that?
Do you think you'll ever get your Superman game?
One day, probably, maybe someday. He has to really be cool in this game, and then it's a possibility. But yeah.
Nice.
I'm definitely expecting to like this game more, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, shall we end it with the big one?
What was it again? Oh, by the way, Jensen Ackles or whatever it is, he's going to be in The Boys. He's playing Soldier Boy. I don't know who that is. I didn't read the comics, but
I
there's
didn't know something either.
How about
the
this one?
Batman. So, by the way, I just heard, I don't know if we have this on the list. So, this movie's going to feature 2 bat suits.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
So, that's what I heard. So, apparently, the original one, the one where this whole metal thing is included, I think that's going to be the one that gets destroyed, I'm hearing.
Yeah. But they did say that I think the batarang in the middle is a melted down version of Joe Chill's gun. I think they said that somewhere. So
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
But
So-
the trailer, I was blown, like, were you guys like blown away that there was an actual trailer? I thought we were
Yeah.
going to get.
I
I
was
find
like-
it apparently only 35% of this movie's finished filming. I find that extremely hard to believe
Yeah.
because that looks
Yeah.
like finished footage. You
Well,
know?
they don't even. The Riddler's not even in it. Catwoman's somewhat in it. Penguin is like there and not there, and like, you know, it's I don't really get how they got all these images.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's got to be more than 35%.
So,
I love this image because it just showed all the different other the penguins. Because we did get an image of.
so there's something hilarious that I saw. So there's a guy, his name is Richard Kind. He's an actor. He actually plays the mayor on Gotham. And they're like, instead of putting all this make Colin Farrell, why didn't they just get Richard Kind to play the Penguin? Because he looks almost exactly like this naturally. Like if you just like Google a picture of Richard Kind, like it basically is that guy, which is pretty funny, I thought. But Pattinson, I mean, I think he put a lot of the doubters to sleep at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Too bad.
He definitely did.
We haven't heard him speak though. Let's
Nope.
keep that in mind.
Hmm.
Well, he said with vengeance.
Yeah. He said, "I am vengeance."
So it could have been a voiceover. We don't even know.
So it's supposed to come out October 2021 right now.
Yeah.
But England gave them the green light to resume shooting, so that's going to start again in September. And apparently, what I'm reading right here, only a quarter of the film is done, so it's even less according to
That's
Matt.
right.
Yeah, I thought honestly we were just gonna get like him in the bat suit, like an
That
actual.
was a
image.
legit trailer. You know, that's what you would expect for any other movie.
Really well
Mhm.
done. I mean, this will. I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be the first movie I go back to see in the movie
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
So your thoughts on Robert now seeing the trailer?
He looks great. I mean,
In the bat suit, he looks really good. I like how he looks, but as Bruce Wayne, I feel like he looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
he's not big enough, I think.
Yeah,
I was never a hater on him.
Hmm.
The problem is
Yeah.
we've gotten like, in terms of just live action, how many different versions of Bruce Wayne have we seen? I mean, Ben Affleck has been like the biggest looking Batman. I mean, then we've had
Mhm.
like Michael Keaton, who I love, who I think is about like 5'2".
Yeah.
Val Kilmer looked okay. George Clooney looked like the guy from ER playing Batman.
Christian Bale wasn't huge, though. Either.
Christian
He was
Bale's
big,
a
but not huge.
tall guy too. He's built. I think Christian Bale probably had maybe the best build for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was Pattinson's hair. He had like that, hair that went down to the side.
Yeah,
like,
the
kind of
hair.
weird looking.
yeah, that just looks kind of weird.
It doesn't look very Bruce Wayne-ish. He needs to clean that
Exactly.
up.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but
Well, so it's also like a year 2 Bruce Wayne too. So he's not like that, clean cut. Maybe you will see that by the end of the movie.
I mean,
And people were
is he a
complaining
playboy
about-
yet?
No, I
Oh.
thought I heard people complaining about I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but the guy playing Gordon, I freaking love that guy. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know about him. Are you crazy? Like, that guy's awesome. He played who was he? He was in one of those James Bond movies. He played the CIA guy, Felix.
Jeffrey
He was great
Wright?
in that.
Oh,
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright. Oh, he's fantastic.
I was trying to place him. I was trying to place him, and you just nailed it.
And I don't know if you've ever seen the Shaft movie with Samuel L. Jackson. He plays this character named Peoples in it. Oh my God, you wouldn't even believe it's the same character. He's phenomenal in that movie. Phenomenal. But I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good movie. You know, again, the thing that bothers me is it's like I don't get why they're doing these like one-offs. Like, you know, they had like Jim Lee. It was there was one of the panels. It was like Jim Lee was there, and like they had the production, the movie people production, TV production, and I totally agree that you should be able to do both characters on TV. You want to do Flash on TV, you want to have Flash movies. It's like that can be separated, but when you have multiple Batmans going on in the theater at the same time,
it's confusing.
Like, it's too much. It's just too much.
Like I hope in Flash we have like in the beginning of the movie he's like chilling with Bruce Wayne, and at the end while he's like at a flashpoint and he has the letter for Bruce, you see like it's actually Patterson now instead of Batfleck, just so they can like sly make that change maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's something or some way that they do it, because they need to fix that. It's just I don't want to see that going forward because it's too confusing. And then what are we gonna have? Are we gonna have another Wonder Woman? Like, oh, we're just gonna make a Wonder Woman movie too. Like, they'll never do that. I guarantee you, they'll never do that. But Batman gets people in the seats, so they're like, well, hell, let's do like 3 different Batman movies. People will go and just send us money, and that's what I don't like about the things that the way they do that, because this is a total money grab. Like, they don't want to just make this like great flick. I was like, then why are you using Batman? Like, yeah, you did the Joker because he's the most popular villain like in all of comic books. And that movie wasn't even about the Joker, but I'm not going to get into that. It's a whole other. You
didn't even watch it.
I don't care. I know I'm right. That's why I didn't watch it. I don't need to have people confirm it. All right, but overall, we're feeling excited, we're feeling really reassured, and everything's going to be great in the DC universe going forward. And that's our public service announcement.
Yep. Hopefully.
Hudson, that was our public service announcement. All right, so we did good here. Thanks for helping out with that, Hudson. Hudson's been putting out a lot of the great content on the Don't Feed the Geek side. And he's keeping more up to date than we are, because we don't.
Yes.
But we are going to play a fun game now, our little ending segment for Hudson here. And I created a new one just for you. It's called Ask a Gen Zer.
Wow.
And I had to look up what a Gen Zer was to make sure I was correct about calling you a Gen Zer. At least that's what the interweb says. You know,
I'm pretty sure I'm a Gen Zer.
I went on the line.
I may be like,
I clicked in www.internet.org and I found that information. All right. So are you ready?
I am.
Do we have any sound?
Sorry, any what?
I wasn't prepared for sound. Shoot. I was doing everything else.
We'll just have to make verbal sounds.
All right, so I want to let you know. So there's going to be 10 questions here. I'll give you a little of the rules. Now, some of them have option for multiple choice. All right, so I'll tell you. What?
I said I think I do have sound.
So if you get 9 to 10 right, you'll have baby boomer knowledge. If you have 7 to 8 right, you have Gen X knowledge. 6 to 7 right is millennial knowledge, and 5 or less, and you are correctly a Gen Zer, sir.
Okay.
All right. So
that's good. I like these rules.
Question number 1 for you. What was an 8-track used for? Now, this is multiple choice, but if you know the answer, you can just tell me.
Can I please hear the choices?
Okay, sure. A, toy trains. B, playing laser discs. C, playing music, or D, model kits?
I'm gonna go with C, playing music.
That is correct, sir. Burn, burn, burn.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, good start. So that one wasn't really too much geek related, but it was like in the genre.
Mhm.
All right.
Music, you know.
It's pop culture too.
Yes.
In which sports movie was the play The Annexation of Puerto Rico executed? Now this
Can you repeat the question?
in which sports movie was the play The Annexation of Puerto Rico executed? Would you like
Matt, do you even
multiple?
know? Or Toy Story, do you even know this?
No idea.
Do you want to hear the choices?
Oh yeah. Can I hear the choices?
It's A, The Little Giants, B, Remember the Titans, C, Hoosiers, or D, The Mighty Ducks.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go D, the Mighty Ducks.
I'm sorry, sir, that's incorrect. It was A, The Little Giants.
I would have said the same because that's the only movie I've heard of on that list.
Great
Yeah,
movie.
same.
If you guys can watch the movie, The Little Giants was an awesome movie.
Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill.
It was great.
All right, next question. So this is a comic book question, so if you don't get this one, pressure's on. So number 3, which of the following Marvel comic characters was not created by Stan Lee? So this one is only multiple choice, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
A, Spider-Man, B, Black Panther, C, Namor, or D, Doctor Strange.
I gotta dig deep here. I'm a DC guy, so you know. I'm pretty sure it's D, Doctor Strange.
Sorry, sir, that's incorrect.
Ah,
Namor was not created by Stan Lee. It was created by Bill Everett in 1939.
yeah.
Only a year after Superman. That's crazy.
I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, wasn't Namor a Golden Age character?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
All right. So next question. In the film series Back to the Future, what speed needs to be reached to time travel? Now, you
88
can give me the
miles per
answer, or I can give you a multiple choice. You go, sir. I was hoping I didn't need to give you multiple choice. You are correct.
I know that.
All right, very good. All right, we're up to question number 5, halfway there. This is another kind of a Marvel question, though.
Okay.
It's also, you can have a multiple choice option as well.
All right.
So, on the Incredible Hulk TV series starring Bill Bixby, and Lou Ferrigno, what was Dr. Banner's first name? Now, do you want to go multiple choice, or do you want to just give me an answer?
I mean, I feel like it's obvious, but I didn't watch that series, so I'm gonna go with multiple choice just in case.
Okay. So option A is Bruce. Option B is David. Option C is Richard. And option D is Bill.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with A, Bruce.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Uh,
The answer was David, and I'll tell you the reason why is that Bruce at the time was not considered a masculine enough name.
oh,
Yes.
I didn't watch that series, so.
It's fair. It was in the late 70s, early 80s, so.
Oh.
You're doing pretty well overall, though, so don't feel too bad.
I just don't want to be a Gen Z. I want to get a couple more right at least.
All right, so this one might help you out. We'll see. So, which of the following gaming consoles were the first to use CDs? So this is not. I'm not saying which system was the first. Out of the 4, I'm going to give you which one was the first. So,
Okay.
option A is Sega CD. Option B is PlayStation 1. Option C is Atari Jaguar CD. And option D is Xbox.
All right, so I know Xbox does use CDs, but
do you know if any of the other ones?
I don't
So
know.
just so you know, all 4 of these use CDs.
Oh,
I'm asking which
okay.
one of the 4 used them first.
I'm gonna go with C, Atari.
So it was
Trick
Sega
question.
CD, which
Because
came out
Atari
in
sounds the oldest.
1992. PlayStation came out in 2000. Atari Jaguar CD was 95, and Xbox was 2001. All right, so you have to get the next 4 right to be a millennial. All right,
Oof.
no pressure.
Okay.
All right,
I can do this.
I think these might be in your wheelhouse, though, so I've got high hopes for you.
Okay.
All right. So the original 5 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were what colors? This is not multiple choice.
All right. Red, yellow, blue, pink, and and orange, I think. Is that correct? No? I'm not a millennial.
It was not. You had 4 out of 5. The last one was black.
Oh, I was like,
All right.
it's either white, black, or orange. Knew it couldn't be green.
I'm sorry. All right, let's see if you can get this at least evened up, though. All right. So prior to 2015, this is question 8. Only Bob Kane received credit for the creation of Batman. Who is now credited as co-creator of Batman?
Bob Kane. And this is an answer, but for some reason, Bill Murray is coming to mind.
Ooh.
I'm not sure why.
I wonder why.
I mean, I know why, because one of the first name was either Bill or the last name was either Murray. I can't remember which one, though.
I can't tell you. I'm sorry.
What am I going to do now? Okay. Are there any multiple choice answers? No.
This one is not
Okay.
multiple choice. I'm sorry.
All right, I gotta dig deep here.
This
All
one
right.
should be known by a comic book employee.
Probably. Ask me anything modern. I'll tell you that.
We'll give you an opportunity to ask old guys. We'll do another segment.
Okay.
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 Do you have an answer?
I'm going to say something Murray. Maybe David Murray. It's definitely not that, but
No.
His name was Bill Finger. You're close. Bill is the first. All right. We got 2 more questions. Let's see if you can at least walk out
I
of
can
here
at
with a
least
little
get
bit
a couple
of
right.
maybe you can
trivia
at least
knowledge
get a
isn't that
t-shirt.
good.
At least you can get a t-shirt or something out of this, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have
I am a
t-shirts,
Gen
but-
Zer.
All right. So which of the following Star Wars characters, this is multiple choice, has appeared in all 9 episodes of the of the Skywalker saga? A, Anakin Skywalker. B, Luke Skywalker. C, C-3PO. Or D, Darth Vader?
So wait, so does this include the modern the ones
70
with
All 9. So episodes 1
7
through 9.
Okay. All right.
You want me to repeat the option?
I'm good, but I'm going with C-3PO. I don't remember which choice that was, but
Correct. C. That is right. All right. So far, 3 out of 9. All right.
I'm so good at trivia.
Your last question, sir. And this is a DC question.
Okay.
What is the first comic book appearance of Wonder Woman? Now, would you like the multiple choice, or do you want to give me the answer?
I'll do multiple choice, just so
Okay.
the viewers
right.
know.
So A, All-Star Comics 8, B, Sensation Comics 1, C, Wonder Woman 1, or D, More Fun Gray.
So the problem with this is Elite Comics just posted something about their friend getting a Wonder Woman first appearance.
You know the answer?
The other problem is I kind of just scrolled through Reddit and kept on scrolling. So
That's hysterical.
That's funny.
all right. Not More Fun. What are the other choices besides More Fun?
It was All-Star Comics 8, Sensation Comics 1, and Wonder Woman 1.
Sensational Comics 1. Final answer.
I'm sorry. The answer was All-Star Comics 8.
Yeah, there's the post. I found.
There it is. Yeah.
All right, so 3 out of 10. You 30%. So
I gotta
Gen Z. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is one of the easier ones I've done.
It is.
I tried taking it easy on you, but I also have to remember that you are like 20 years younger, 25 years younger than me. So
let's give you a little redemption here. What does the slogan "Be kind, rewind" mean?
You were a little laggy there. Can you say that again, please?
What does "Be kind, rewind" mean?
Be kind so you can rewind your TV.
rewind.
I have no idea.
I know this. I know this.
I have no idea.
I know this.
What is that, Matt?
It's what they used to tell you at Blockbuster when you'd return your tapes. Rewind it for the next person.
I tried.
What are tapes again? What are tapes?
No, Hudson, as a DC fan, you should watch the documentary.
I'm not sure if that was a joke.
As a DC fan, you should watch the documentary Batman and Bill on Hulu. It's about Bill Finger, the co-creator,
really
who didn't get credit until like 3 years ago or something, 4 years ago.
Yeah, no, it's 2015.
Yeah.
So the fun fact was the first credits he received as co-creator were in Gotham and Batman vs Superman.
Mm-hmm.
They came out around almost the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Did they say why he never got credited?
Yeah, the whole documentary is about that, essentially.
The best way I can summarize it is Bob Kane was a bleep hole.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a good guy.
It's very
He's a great
interesting story, though.
He was a very conniving fella.
Okay.
But all right, so that was our episode, guys. Hudson, we want to thank you for joining us. We will have you on again, I'm sure. We'll give you the opportunity to redeem yourself by asking us stuff that's currently going on, which I'm sure we won't know. But we'll have
a better shot than you guys at that.
Don't worry.
No, we're gonna do it as
little notepad next to me
because we like to have disadvantaged questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but as usual, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, reach out to us. You can also reach out to us on Instagram at licomicguys.com or at Don't Feed the Geeks Podcast, not .com. Take the .com part out. Sorry, see, I'm so old. I still use .com. And you can also reach out to us on Facebook at Long Island Comic Guys as well. And if you're listening to this on a podcast network, please, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Give us 5 stars. Give us a review. And if you don't, that's okay too. Just keep listening. But until next time, let's remember